Hi, welcome to Distinctly NJ. I'm here with the director of the library and also Laura. They're a very special project. It's a fundraiser. It's an auction, unique by design jewelry. And here we have Chris Carbone, the director of the library.
Hello.
And Laura Szymczak,
Hi.
the creator.
Library, we're in the middle of a large construction and renovation project. It's about an $11 million project altogether. And we're happy that we've raised roughly half of that through grants and through fundraising, which is an important part of what we're going to talk about today. But the project itself, we're adding on a whole wing of all community space. It includes a new meeting room and a theater with a stage, and it seats 130 people with a large lobby down at the ground level, with an elevator up to the main level, so it's easier to get in and out of the building, and expanded our parking lot. And then inside, we've expanded our team spaces, and we've built 4 small group study rooms that people can reserve and use when they need to, as well as a new conference room. So that's all the great stuff we have coming forward. We expect to open the new wing by the end of the year, and the renovated teen rooms will be opening in early May.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Laura, why don't you explain a little bit how you got involved in this?
So I was looking for a way to expand my creativity, get some more inspiration and some more ideas. And it just popped in my head, I should do a series about influential women in South Brunswick.
Wow.
This is my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've had a lot of amazing women come up through the ranks in our town. And I reached out to Chris and I proposed the idea to him. Like I would donate the collection. I just want an outlet. I want to, give back to my community a little bit. He was all on board for it. And fortunately, the library has been honoring women throughout decades. So it was a lot easier. I didn't have to do too much research. I just got their database, and from there I was able to pick out who inspired me to create various pieces. So
wow.
Yeah.
And that was your first
that was the first
collection?
one. We did it back in 22.
And that was an auction?
And that was an actual silent auction of the 9 pieces, because we were still coming out of the COVID.
Sure.
So we still had to social distance, and so that part of it was Chris's brilliant idea. And out of the 9 pieces, we sold 8 of them, and one of the pieces actually I think went for over $700.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that was a big pat on my own back.
Yeah. Well, your jewelry is beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
And where do you what inspires these creations?
A lot of times it's conversations I have with friends. It's the beads themselves, with the current collection, which is famous literary characters. A lot of that just started to populate to me. Princess Leia was the first design I did. And hers is a very industrial, very sleek, very futuristic piece. And from there I thought, we should just do literary characters. And it just coincided with this month, which is literary month.
National Literature Month. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So,
and are these based on like your favorite books or your favorite novel?
No, because I'm not a big reader.
Oh no.
Well, there's a reason for that. I mean, now with audiobooks, it's a little bit easier, but back in the day, you can't read and do crafts at the same time,
Right.
So I do enjoy movies. I listen to a lot of documentaries. I watch a lot of movies while I'm creating. So a lot of these were from movies, and also I leaned on to Chris. What are some of the more popular stories, popular books that get taken out? So I formulated.
Right. But then she did her research, and she did actually read those books or got familiar with the characters.
I did. I started watching, series and listening to the books or watching the play, so I don't.
Right. And of course the library has a whole collection of movies that you can
absolutely.
also. Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Great. And what makes this jewelry distinct?
So all of my pieces, I don't duplicate. So they are distinct. They are exclusive. Like once you buy something from me, you are the only one that will ever have that design from me.
Oh, awesome.
That's it. Yeah. Who wants to sit down and paint a sunset every time you paint? That's kind of boring.
Right.
So I like to explore a lot with different genres and different styles and different techniques. So in this year's collection, we have beadwork, we have wire work, we have goth, we have steampunk, with classic, whimsical, with the
There's really something for everyone.
There really is. The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which was Chris's idea, it was the first title he gave me. I actually recreated every single thing that the caterpillar eats in this really long necklace. It's just so fun and so whimsical. And I just envisioned a kindergartner teacher, a first grade teacher reading this story and the kids being able to say, oh, there's the apple. Oh, there's the two pears. And going through the whole thing, like right down to the healthy green leafy it's at the end.
Awesome. And how did you get involved with this particular collection with the fundraiser?
Again, Chris and I had, with the success of the last one, we talked about doing it again. 2023 was when they were starting to really work on the edition. So unfortunately things took precedence with the project, and I get that. And then last year there were some other personal things that popped up, so it kind of postponed us, but we were very excited to finally be able to get this going for this year.
Laura's been very generous with her talent and her time and her patience as we've focused on a lot of different things. But we're happy that this is also coinciding with, it benefits our library foundation. And so they're doing a fundraising dinner on May 2nd. So it will be the finale for the auction. So we've brought the two together, and then all the proceeds through the foundation will help support the project.
Awesome. And so what is the timeline for the finish?
The construction?
Yeah, the construction.
Oh, I wish I knew. We've had a few delays here and there, but it is a big project, and that's to be expected. But we hope that the main new area will be open like by October, November at the latest. And the renovated spaces will be open in May. This May? Yes.
Wow. So that's very timely.
It's coming. Yeah, those will be really helpful.
Excellent. So. And how many more families will you be able to serve or with projects?
With libraries, it's like that old adage: if you build it, they will come. So we know that we expect things will pick up quite a bit once these spaces are open, because we'll have the 4 small rooms that people can use. We'll have a conference room that will host different events. We'll have a quiet room, because libraries these days are not really quiet anymore. But we'll have a dedicated quiet room. The teen room is bigger and has a whole program room, and then there are a large room with books and seating areas. But then the lobby area and the new meeting room and the theater seats 130. So the meeting room will seat about 80. We can do quite a lot.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah,
thank you. So if somebody wanted to participate in the silent auction or make a donation to the library, how would they go about doing that?
All right through our website, which is www.sbpl for South Brunswick Public Library.info. It's right, there's a banner right at the top about the dinner. There's a link there for the auction, and then also down below there's other links under the news section, and we'll take you right there. You can put in a bid on any piece online. There's photos of the jewelry, or you can come to the library and actually view it in person.
And then if anybody wants to follow me on my Facebook page, which is laura.szymczak.1, I've been posting the various pieces and how I set everything up, and a quick look at all the pieces. And then there's a backlink to the South Brunswick Library page. Also, there will be a banner on my page. If it's not up yet, it should be up shortly, at uniquejewelrydesignsbylaura.com. And there will also be a banner there that'll backlink you to the library and help you get into place a bid. Yeah.
Fabulous. So thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Laura.
And I'm hoping that, Laura, you'll be able to walk us through some of the pieces.
Sure.
And talk about them.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Great. Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure
Absolutely.
seeing you again. And we wish you all the best. And
thank you.
I personally cannot wait, because I love books and part of the book club. And I've been a member of South Brunswick community since a very, very long time. So here is the South Brunswick Public Library Foundation jewelry auction. And Laura is going to walk us through all of these pieces. So let's start with the Senator Princess Leia.
So what I did was I tried to take the part of her life that there hasn't been a movie done about. There's a series when she's a little girl, and then we see her when she's an actual senator. So what I was trying to do was to focus on the start of her career as a senator. And the circular pieces, they all represent the different communities that she might be communicating with, and the oval loops are her connections to kind of bring all of those different groups of people together into one cohesive universe.
Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. And earrings.
Yes. So it's very sleek. It's very, it has an industrial feel to it, but there's that level of elegance because it's just strictly all silver that really just appealed to me.
Excellent. Okay, let's move over here. Oh, Anne of Green Gables.
Okay,
Here's Anne Shirley.
This is a story that I was not familiar with at all. This was a suggestion that Chris had given me. So I Googled it, looked it up, started watching the series. And the one thing that really appealed to me, at least in the first episode, she was very inquisitive. She was very alert. She was very observant to everything around. And the fact that she was giving new names to different things and being so creative, I just thought that was so endearing. So I chose an owl emblem because of her desire for wisdom and understanding and learning about everything around her. And the green, obviously, just because of Green Gables. So
yeah, that's beautiful.
yeah,
Okay, let's go over here to Guinevere from King Arthur.
So doing Renaissance pieces are a little bit more difficult just because when are you going to wear them? But this one just came to life all on its own. I had the brooch piece, and I had matching beads and pearls to go with it. And it just fell into place. And it just, to me, was just so regal, but not ostentatious. And that's what I always envision Lady Guinevere as.
Beautiful. And, oh boy, the Wicked Witch of the West from the Wizard of Oz. Yes, it's very popular now with Wicked.
So the focal piece itself, if you can see it, that's all hand wire work. And I did kind of like an ivy kind of print to mimic her castle, because one of the scenes that sticks out in my mind is when you see all of her soldiers going into the castle. So that was the vision I had in my head as I created this particular piece. I also liked how the agate on the focal piece had like this swirling kind of pattern to it. Kind of reminded me of the inside of the tornado, which is where we first meet the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz. So again, the stones usually tell me which direction they're going to go.
Beautiful. And these also have earrings.
Yes. I like to do sets whenever possible.
Beautiful. Let's move over to the next one. This is the one that you were talking about with a very hungry caterpillar. So all of you teachers out there.
Yep. This was so much fun and so whimsical, and it was a great way to utilize a lot of odds and end pieces. Really stretched my imagination. As we get down to the cake, I had to make that myself. The Swiss cheese I had to make myself. The salami I had to make myself. But this was such a fun piece to make. I really enjoyed working on this one.
There you go, eating through all of those things. Because he was very hungry.
He was.
Okay. Oh, and here's a little bio about you.
Yes. Yeah, so it's really interesting how I got started in the whole process. So a friend of mine was starting a direct sales relationship, and she needed to host a party, so I offered to host a party, and I earned myself a $45 bracelet. And as it turned out, the whole thing was plastic. And I was just mortified. I was like, there's no way that this thing costs $45. So I took it as a personal challenge to see if I could create something better, low, a better price point with a higher quality. And I did, and that's how this whole thing started. And that was 20 years ago.
Wow.
And I've been creating ever since.
Awesome. Let's look at this Captain Nemo.
Captain Nemo.
20 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yep. So this is a steampunk inspired. I took his ship, which was very steampunky. And so on the necklace itself, we have a lot of gears and very industrial looking pieces. But we soften it up a little bit with the seashells, and there's this cephalopod on there. Yes, I know it's an octopus, and I know he gets attacked by a squid, but it's the best I could do. I also have in the chain a sea turtle, because at one point, at least in the Disney movie, they go make sea turtle soup, and then there's a Nautilus bead on there as well, which is the name of Captain Nemo's ship. So
beautiful. Okay, and the next one is
Professor Trelawney. This was another piece that, Chris had suggested doing something Harry Potter. So I focused more on Professor Trelawney, and I just could imagine her office being filled with crystal balls and incense and tarot cards and runes just thrown all over the place, which was the inspiration for the prophecy piece. So it's very swirly, and when you flip it over on the other side, it kind of tells a different story. So I like my pieces to be pretty no matter what side is facing you, because we all know how jewelry twists and turns on you, especially on a longer piece. And this piece can actually be worn in a bunch of different ways. So you can wear it long, you can double up the chain, you can wear it shorter if you prefer.
Beautiful. Hey, Abby Brewster, arsenic and old
arsenic
lace.
and old lace. So I was as soon as I found this particular piece of lace, I was inspired by it, because that lace is actually metal. It's not fabric. So that gave me the inspiration, because, arsenic old lace, you think they're all sweet little old ladies, and there's a very sharp edge to them. So that's where I came with that.
And this one has the earrings and a bracelet?
And a bracelet, yep. Now that a bracelet is adaptive, which means it just wraps around your wrist. There's no clasps involved.
It's beautiful. And the last one is Count Dracula.
Yes, and unfortunately the bracelet has fallen off, but this does also come with the bracelet as well. Again, this is a goth or a bohemian kind of piece, and all black with the rhinestones, because Count Dracula really had an air of class to him, but there's just a little bit of red in there just to reminisce the blood that he drinks throughout the story.
Fabulous. And here is the pamphlet for the South Brunswick Foundation, and inside again are all of the pieces.
Yep, and all the
descriptions and a suggested minimum bid. There's a QR code. And a little bit more about Laura and her designs and the rules for the auction. Distinctly NJ at the South Brunswick Public Library with Laura
from Unique Jewelry Designs by Laura.com.
Great. And please make sure that you check out the South Brunswick Library page, as well as the other websites, for not only the fundraiser, the silent auction for the South Brunswick Public Library, but also more unique designs by Laura.